It's John at CrossFit Dynamo, and I'm here with Eric Lamblum today of Leadership Developed. About a month ago, he posted something on his Instagram account about friendly competition that actually caught my eye. And if we hadn't been going through new COVID 2.0 protocols and stuff like that, I would have had you here a little bit earlier. Anyway, thanks for being with us today. I just want to talk a little bit about friendly competition and why it's good for us, right? So can you help us define what friendly competition is?
So I define friendly competition as being pretty much an agreement, between two people that say we're going to raise each other's performance level by trying to outdo each other. There's nothing at stake. I mean, there's jokingly things at stake, but it's already an agreement. We already know that it's to benefit us in our teams, and we know that since it's friendly, we're not going to do things dirty. We're going to do things that are going to be important to keep our integrity and to keep our motivation high, in which it improves it improves everyone around us as part of it. My favorite example is here at CrossFit is your guys' performance makes me have to perform at your level, in which I feel like I'm still a beginner, but because you guys bring me along, I raise my performance, which has increased my results. At the same time, when you guys go running with me, you guys increased your results trying to keep with me.
Exactly. Yeah. So. Good. But it's I think it's important to clear. We didn't shake hands or say we're going to have a friendly competition or a friendly arrangement. What I call frenemies. It just kind of happens. Right? It's just something that naturally happens here at the gym. My first, and it really helped my CrossFit, my first was with Scott O'Neill with a box when I was kind of working up in Canada at the time for 18 months. And we used to go at it. I mean, I don't know exactly where the quote came from, but, men will die for points. So Scott and I would go tooth and nail. And he had been at it longer, he was stronger, he was younger, all that kind of stuff. He used to kick my ass just about every day. But boy, that helped me kind of raise my game. Much more quickly than me just going to CrossFit every day. Right. So I guess the next thing is, and you talked about it a little bit about, but what specifically do you feel benefits a person from friendly competition? Talk about your days back when you were in a helicopter and all that kind of stuff. How did that competition with the guy on the in the next helicopter help you up your game?
Well, so what's funny about growing up as a helicopter pilot is you don't do it on your own. You do it with your friends, your cohorts, the people that are progressing with you, and you use that opportunity to raise each other and we play Stump the Chump, which is, hey, what's this, back and forth. And that is just not to find holes in the other person, but to find holes in yourself, and to be able to find, oh, thank you, I need to learn that, and you write that down, and it brings you up. Then when I think about those relationships as they grow, because as your pilot, you're going to grow into your leadership. So instead of being in charge of your helicopter, now you're in charge of big organizations that have those helicopters. So one of my good friends in the Marine Corps, he had the same role I had in a sister squadron right beside us. We've known each other since, long 2002, in which we were able to grow together, and then at the same time, he had to perform for his like inspections or a mission they had to provide results to. But he would give me, hey, this is what I dealt with, this is how what could have done better and all that. So when it was my unit's turn, we did that. We performed, to our best of our abilities, which could have been, probably was a little bit higher, but at the same time, I didn't hoard it. I went back to him, hey, this is what we learned from it. And then we shared that information. And our boss's boss loved that, because as we were raising each other, we raised the whole organization that our boss's boss was in charge of.
No, I love that. That's kind of a core tenet of what we do around here called abundance mentality. Sharing your skills for not necessarily anything in return.
Right.
So that's awesome. As you know, as far as you guys were at like the same rank, same title, all that kind of stuff. In here at CrossFit Dynamo, things are going to be a little bit more difficult, I guess, to find what I'll call a friend of me or a friendly competition. But to some degree, I think what we probably should do is leverage SugarWOD. You're seeing kind of who's doing what, especially with the notes or with the times. If you're doing RX or whatever, you're finding someone that, you know, on certain days, like when there's barbell and run WODs, you kind of know who's kind of be your same skill levels and that type of thing. So I guess that's one way to find friendly competition, and then you start commenting on their stuff and supporting them, obviously, and it goes back and forth. And so I guess that's one of the ways that you can find someone here, even if they're not necessarily in the same class, kind of like Eric and I do get to work out a lot together at the 1030 staff WOD. But so I guess that would be one way to do it. Have you ever known friendly competition to turn sour?
Yes.
I mean, how does that happen?
So, I was, I grew up an athlete in high school and college, in which, we start raising each other up, by trying to, outdo each other. But then it gets to a point where, back in the, 80s and 90s, we had that no pain, no gain mentality. And if you're resting, your competition is working. And so
nobody cares, right?
Yeah, nobody
Go
cares.
out there and get it done.
Yeah. But then you bring yourself out. You don't learn to recover. You become obsessed. You focus on the wrong things that was supposed to be, opposite of what the competition was about. And so I believe that, when you get too obsessed with it, you then not only sour yourself, but you sour your relationship, because now you're going, well, he's cheating at this, or he did that, and now you're now you're looking for, start having that blame mentality, that victim mentality, versus being the hero mentality.
Right. No, I like that. Okay. Good. So just to boil it down, use SugarWOD to find the guys or girls that are kind of at your level, using your types of weights and getting the same types of times. Reach out to them either through the comments of SugarWOD or Facebook chats or what have you. And go about it in a very supportive fashion. There's just, there's a saying that a rising tide lifts all ships. It tends to help you be happy for other people when they hit a new 1-rep max, or they hit a new Fran time, or what have you. It may work in the short term. It might give you some fuel to just want to come in and bury everybody in a workout. But over time, that kind of negative stuff, especially if you don't bury the whole whomever on a certain day, that might get into your head, and it can really foul the water pretty quickly.
Right.
So, you'll notice lots of supportive comments on SugarWOD, and and we have, I think, a very positive culture here that helps people be and do their best, and basically put their ego aside.
Well, actually, this community actually is what changed me. I mean,
you were adamant, non-CrossFitter. You were just a runner.
I was just a runner, competitive, and going, that's not fair, and between, the gym and home, to help me change that mindset to be, a more abundant, more giving, more personable person, to give to the community. And I think that's the biggest thing that this gym does well with, the people. They do give, they do love each other, they just, they want the best for each other.
That's awesome. Well, and I think what it does is it ends up creating leaders in the community.
Yes.
And that's one of the long-term vision things that we've always wanted to create here. Anyway, Eric, thanks for being with us from Leadership Development. He's on IG. Are you on Facebook as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we'll put some links on there so you can follow what Eric's doing. And if you have any questions, please comment. We can help you kind of find your friendly competition in the gym. Get you guys together and make everybody's scores keep going up and up. Anyway, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for inviting me.